Okay, let's have, you know what, seniors, how about you stay where you are, just regardless of what orchestra you are playing in, and you can just have a seat. I'm going to invite the rest of the chamber students on up, please, for the last piece, which is Inception. Oh, is it? Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so a very quick couple of thank yous to go out. Since this is the last piece we're going to be playing, this piece of music is a fantastic piece of music. One of the movies that I really enjoyed, Inception, which came out in, I don't know, 2009 or 10, something like that. If you haven't seen Inception, it's a great movie. It's kind of a mind bender, but it's very dramatic, and the music is epic. Hans Zimmer composed the music for it. He's sort of like John Williams, but cooler. That's what I think. And so this is a piece of music that starts off very, very unassuming and very quietly, and throughout it builds and keeps building and building. And then as quietly and as sort of mysteriously as it started, it fades away and ends. I kind of hope that that's how COVID and the pandemic work. It kind of just goes away slowly, and we keep it moving. So a couple of thank yous I just want to say very quickly. None of this is possible without any of the following. My supervisor, Mr. Casey Corgiliano, is I don't know how he does it. I don't know if he sleeps. He might not, probably doesn't, because he does so many things. He is our department supervisor of visual and performing arts, of not just the high school, but the entire district. And, you know, COVID hit us very hard. Because what do we do in class? We get together and we play music. Can you flip that into a remote setting? No, you can't. No, you can't. So we have to be creative. So in the frustration and in the racking our heads against the wall trying to figure out what we were going to do, he was always a very calm resource to talk to and kind of talk us off the ledge when we were at our wits' end, not knowing what to do, and when things, and you guys all know, we would, sometimes the night before going to school, they would say, oh wait, no, we're closed, we're going to be remote, in which case, instead of having a rehearsal like we would have to do something else, and it was trying times. Mr. C is a pillar of calmness and information, and I just thank him so much for helping me and for helping the program out. And then the Parent Patron Board, I especially thank your volunteering and your time. I thank all the students just for being here and for sticking with me through the program. This year is not an accurate representation of what orchestra is like normally. Unfortunately, the circumstances, we made the best that we could with it, but I'm hoping that those of you who are not seniors will stick with it next year. Next year will be, I have a feeling, a much more normal and typical year. To the parents who drove them to rehearsals that I had many of, without the rehearsals, this wouldn't have happened either. So thank you, parents, for supporting them, for paying for lessons, for paying for instruments, and for dealing with practicing noises. It does get better over time, right? So that's the good part. I want to thank all the middle school teachers, and Mr. Evan Smith and Miss Lisa Sebastiani at the elementary level for teaching elementary strings. Without them, none of this happens as well. And all the administration at the high school for allowing us to put this on. I don't know of many other schools that have are having a concert right now. That's inside anyway, let alone a string concert. So I'm blown away that they're allowing us to do this because we need to. And I think that's about it. So our final song that we're going to play for you, our final piece rather, is Inception with all three orchestras, Freshman, Sinfonia, and Chamber of Washington Township High School. Thank you so much for coming out. Be safe, have a great evening, and looking forward to better times ahead.